For the latest, we can cross to Vancouver and speak to journalist Craig McCulloch. Craig, what more can you tell us about those evacuations around Yellowknife?
They have until noon on Friday to somehow either get out of Yellowknife by road or by air. And we have to remember that the Northwest Territories is one of 3 territories in Canada, which is made up of 10 provinces and 3 territories. This road out is not like what you would see on an expressway in Europe or an interstate in the United States. It is a very rural road. There is one road south out of Yellowknife. And as of last night, the authorities were sending people to a place called Leduc in Alberta, which is the province immediately south. That, to put it into perspective, is a 14-hour drive, and it's 1,482 kilometers when things are going right. And there's 20,000 people in Yellowknife, which is the territorial capital, much like what Sacramento would be to California or Victoria is to British Columbia, that have to somehow get out either by air or by ground. And the forecast for this weekend is the possibility of possibly winds, which could actually make this worse. So they have to do it coordinated. And of course, once they get people out of Yellowknife, the second part of that is where do they go? And this is very remote. Canada is the second largest landmass on the planet right behind Russia. So there's literally hundreds and hundreds of kilometers these people have to go to get somewhere rather than just the middle of nowhere.
It's an incredibly complicated evacuation situation. This is also Canada's worst wildfire season on record, and these fires are becoming increasingly dangerous for the firefighters.
They are. It's very uncommon here, Allison. It is very uncommon in this part of Canada for people to die directly from the fire. We had some a really bad wildfire in Fort McMurray about 7 years ago. And there were a couple of deaths related to car accidents and heart attacks brought on by the evacuation. But this year in British Columbia, where I am, where there is actually 368 active fires as I stand here in Vancouver, there's 2 firefighters that have lost their lives. And there's one up north as well in the territories that have also lost their lives. That is very, very uncommon. I've been covering wildfires for a number of years, and we had a case about 20 years ago where Kelowna, which is a town, the 3rd largest regional area in British Columbia, the province where I'm standing in, and hundreds of homes were destroyed, 0 lives lost. Fort McMurray was almost completely devastated, and there's only the 2 deaths that were related but not direct because of the fire. So that is very unusual for that to happen. And unfortunately, these fires are becoming a little bit more common, and sadly, they are becoming deadly.
All right, Craig, thank you so much for that update. That's Craig McCulloch there reporting from Vancouver.